All right, it is Wednesday evening, peak of the week, Flag Day. Hope everybody managed to get the flag displayed properly out there. And again, want to research whenever you display it, make certain that you're doing the right thing by bringing it indoors when it's raining or snowing or anything like that. And if it's not lit up at night, it's supposed to be folded up and brought in properly. So just throwing out what I learned from Boy Scouts a very long time ago. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onig. This is Weather Overtime from the News 12 studios in downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee. Welcome to a very quiet early evening, and as of right now, right before 10 o'clock Eastern Time, things are still pretty quiet and hopefully should remain that way. Air quality has increased quite nicely and should be showing again the potential for some drier weather somewhere off in the future, but not exactly seeing too much of anything going on for right now. So if the quiet conditions will continue off and on, more chances of showers and thunderstorms for the time being as we go into the next several days. As we close out spring and head towards summer next week, we'll talk about the last week of spring, the forecast there coming up in just a little bit. Downtown Chattanooga, looking at the lights of AT&T Field on the EPB Fiber Optics WeatherCam network, and showing again a little bit of haze out there, but nothing showing up in the way of major league haze. You can also see all the way across to North Shore and the Hill City neighborhoods, so getting a little bit better viewing there. Score is 6-5 in the top of the eighth as Chattanooga takes on the Rocket City Trash Pandas tonight, so looking pretty good for downtown for some good baseball going on there. From Lee Point, no problem at all with travel, 153 and 64 traffic at this time, moving along very nicely all the way out toward Highway 64 off in the distance, also looking pretty good. From Island Cove, see if our spider shows up for tonight. Not seeing it here, but looking toward the Tennessee 58 and Hunter Road interchange. Everything moving along quite nicely. News 12 studios, downtown Chattanooga. Just barely able to see a little bit of sun left. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. One more week until the longest day of the year and the shortest night coming up. So we're almost there as we get into the next several days after next Wednesday. Then we start losing the light as the days get shorter and shorter. Traffic at CHI Memorial Stadium moving along quite nicely at this time. Very comfortable. No problem being seen with anything going on. The temperatures a little bit more humid. You can kind of feel that out there just a little bit as we have a decent amount of humidity coming on through. South to southwest winds at about 7 miles per hour. We did have a lot of activity well on down to our south, and that is where we have severe thunderstorm watches, numerous areas of warnings, including some tornado warnings, including also some tornado touchdowns over portions of southwest Georgia in the last several hours. And that goes all the way back to portions of the Oklahoma area and into and around portions north and south of Little Rock and down to the south. This has been very rough and tumble for today. Looks like almost a derecho setting up. You kind of see that backwards bow shape right there moving on down to the south. That could be a derecho type storm where you get a very healthy gust of wind right on in through the center area there, and that can blast out a lot of damage, more than a tornado can even cause. It was called Hurricane Elvis back in Memphis back in 2003, so we did manage to pick up quite a lot of damage with that one. Hopefully that's not the same case, but northern areas of Florida, southern Georgia, and another one possibly right off the coast of Savannah. That also could be causing some problems there tonight with damaging thunderstorm winds. We do have a couple of thunderstorms trying to get going northeast of Chattanooga. If you're around the Athens area, we've got, again, a little bit more activity popping up here. Not seeing a lot of major concerns with this, but could be kind of loud as that heads over the hills and valleys into North Carolina, so that could be a situation there for right now. Let's take a look at the almanac page and see if we actually did make it, and we did not. The high temperature today, 1 degree lower than yesterday's, and that is way below where we should be at this time of the year. High 80s, and all we could make was the high 70s. We did pick up some rainfall, managed to help us out by just a little bit into this area, 3/4 of an inch behind, give or take, and then 3¼ inches. We managed to pick up, again, a little bit, about 1/3 of an inch officially, so that did help a little bit, but we need a lot more rainfall to make up for that in the course of the next several days. Been saving this particular photo for the last couple of weeks. Have to adjust that there to get it out of the way of the banner. But thank you very much, Richard, who took the picture, I assume, on there, and Carol Baldwin, who planted the flowers in the shape of Old Glory in the garden area at Lookout Valley. That's our West Shore home weather window picture of the day. If you've got pictures of the flower garden, river, sunrise, sunset, fog, rainbows, we're not picky. We'll take whatever you got as long as it's weather related. So drop them to the comments section of our social media pages, or look us up again at pictures@wdef.com, and would love to have you along for the ride on that, so you can show us what you're looking at out there. For the rest of the evening, should be seeing again the potential of maybe a couple of showers and thunderstorms or so, but we're just not picking up again a lot. Most of the activity from earlier today made its way south of the Tennessee state line and well on down toward portions of North Florida and southern Georgia. So not a lot came through. Some of it, yes, and a couple of thunderstorms mixed in with there, but that was about all. And then through the next couple of days, we'll be seeing a potential of more showers and thunderstorms out there into the next few days. Severe weather doesn't appear to be a major threat. We'll talk about that potential coming up here in just a little bit. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on the maps. We've got one storm system. What's left of a cold front from this weekend, this is what gave us the storms Sunday night into very early Monday morning. It was moving north as a warm front last night. Warm tropical air, more numerous down here. So that's where the showers and thunderstorms sitting in their fuel supply. And as this tries to move northward, we may see again the potential of some more areas of showers and thunderstorms. But it looks like for right now, the system is going to kind of wobble around the southeastern United States. And then as it heads over the Gulf, the opposite direction of coming toward us, then we may see it just wash out in the atmosphere and not cause too much of any other problems. But it could be, again, along this front. As long as it's around, we could see the potential of more showers and thunderstorms out there through the next couple of days. But most of the activity looks like it's staying south of the front, trying to get another couple of fronts moving in from the north, but those are going to have trouble getting here for the next day or two. They may arrive, it looks like, by Saturday into around Sunday, so hopefully that'll give us some more chances of rainfall and the potential of getting at least a little less dry than what we have been out there. Severe weather threat for tonight has seriously diminished for both us and down to the south. There used to be a moderate threat of severe weather. That is gone. We still have, again, a enhanced risk. The worst of the worst, again, from south of Little Rock back to around Savannah, give or take in that area. This is where the worst of the worst will be for tonight into early Thursday. We had a slight risk of severe weather. That has now been pushed down to the south. A marginal threat for northeast Alabama and northwest Georgia, and then just generic thunderstorms back into around the bulk of the News 12 viewing area for late tonight and into tomorrow morning. The threat tomorrow will be from thunderstorms, scattered, generic, not expecting anything in the way of severe weather. Could be some borderline strong weather out there. It kind of depends. But we're also looking at very carefully what's going on way back here toward the southern plain states. As we get into the next day or two, going through Thursday and into Friday, it's not quite that close, but it is getting close enough to us to be able to see that maybe by Saturday we might be looking at the potential of some stronger weather coming on through. So this is what we're going to be seeing for right now. Mainly looking at just thunderstorms, but we'll be watching this by Friday and into Saturday, so keep it tuned to News 12 on that. We'll let you know more about what's coming our direction. All right, let's time things out for you. Let's get the 72-hour forecast going, and through tomorrow morning, partly cloudy, cool-ish, temperatures back in the lower to mid-60s, maybe a few upper 50s out there. Warm with chances of showers and thunderstorms refiring tomorrow afternoon, and that's the forecast throughout the next several days. Decently cool-ish in the morning, partly cloudy, mostly clear. Patchy fog tomorrow morning could be an issue. Scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. Looks like less numerous as we go into Friday. And then by Saturday morning, pleasant. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s starting things off. And then a warmer day coming up on Saturday with the potential of scattered showers and thunderstorms across much of the area. So the 7-day forecast shakes out like this. We see, again, temperatures warmer tomorrow, especially if we get enough sunshine. Then 90s, call it hot if you will. That's That's about where I put things on there. And then we see again the potential for each and every single day, less so for Friday, for the possibility of showers and thunderstorms coming through. So outdoor activities, you're going to have the heat to deal with from time to time. By next week, heading into around the first day of summer, by next Wednesday, temperatures moderate in the upper 80s, which is where they should be for this time of the year. But it's still going to be very warm, very humid with these showers and thunderstorms dumping more rainfall into the area. So Juneteenth celebrations coming up next Monday, or for the first day of summer, out and about doing whatever. Ice water, stay hydrated, and also, again, take that sunblock with you, take breaks, watch out for signs of heat injuries. I think I'm going to have to bring out the old heat injury difference graphic here pretty soon for everybody to take a look at to make certain everybody stays safe. But for now, what looks to be a very warm, call it hot weekend ahead, and temperatures not exactly near cool. We're heading into the summer season, so it's going to be getting worse before we get into the nice, cooler weather of October. Spring has been nice. This extended springtime we've had, we do not have springtimes like this in Memphis, so it's a very nice change to be able to have that along as we get into around the next several days out there. All right, taking a quick look at the tropics, if I can find that back in this mess of graphics that I have, and we should be looking again at the potential of some less problematic conditions into the next couple of hours to the next couple of days, according to the National Hurricane Center. But for right now, it appears that we have little, if anything, really going on for the time being, and it looks like, well, somebody's deleted this graphic, or it's just not there. I apologize. It was here not too long ago. So let's just give me 2 shakes here, and I'll see if I can find that back. If not, we'll do the local one and go from there. But basically, from the National Hurricane Center, we are not seeing anything developing in the course of the next several days, so that is looking good at this point. But we are still seeing a problem with sea temperatures, sea surface temperatures being very much on the hot side out there. And when you misplace a graphic, you think you left it in the right place, but then all of a sudden it's just not there anymore. So, well, anyway, for now, 0% of anything developing in the course of the next several days. So, for the time being, things are looking decently quiet all the way out there. Not for the entire season, though. That could get very bumpy very quickly. Here we go, hidden behind the file folder. So for right now, again, for the entire Atlantic, nothing going on and should be staying that way. For the amount of fires out there, we have seen a number of different fires pop up, especially down into and around portions of Florida, and new fires popping up across the southeastern United States. That we show to you again to show what's going on with smoke. Now, through the early part of the day today, some of the heaviest smoke was up around Saskatchewan and Alberta, Canada. That's spreading down the Mississippi Valley and into the western Great Lakes. Those fires in Quebec kind of knocked down a little bit thanks to the rainfall, but the smoke off of them are still pouring off, and we have seen more hectares burned in parts of Canada now than on any other fire season on record, pretty much. More quickly burned than any other time frame in history. So that is something that is not good news, pumping all that smoke out there. Now, in the next few days, we may see the potential, it depends on how things go, of some more smoke coming down from parts of Canada into parts of the southeastern United States. So our air quality might be going down in the next few days. We also may see the potential of some of the smoke from Alberta and Saskatchewan head down our direction, which could again decrease our air quality. We also have, again, the potential of looking at more wildfire smoke locally that doesn't have anything to do with what's going on north of the border. So this could be, again, a situation where we see air quality decrease and the amount of smoke in the atmosphere increase. So this is going to take some monitoring, and if you have heart conditions, lung conditions, time to really pay attention to what's going on in the forecast there. Mentioned this for the last couple of nights. Again, the National Weather Service wants to hear from you regarding what is said in their warnings, watches, and advisories. If you would like to put your input into the mix and tell the National Weather Service how you feel the watches, warnings, advisories should be issued, less wordy, a different type of phrase to instead of winter storm warning, winter weather advisory, anything like that. The National Weather Service wants to hear your information. You can get there through the National Weather Service webpage at weather.gov, or you can go to any of my social media pages if you'd like to find out more. That is only in effect until this Friday, so you have until the 16th of June to get your opinions in on that. For the end of the year, if you would like to send your name on a microchip aboard the Europa Clipper, you have until New Year's Eve this year to get that done. The Europa Clipper will be launching in October of next year. It's going to take some time to get everything in place and make certain that the probe is ready to fly. It'll be going to the moon of Jupiter called Europa and making some very close flybys, in some cases some 15 miles above the surface of the moon. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. And if you want to preserve your signature for posterity, you've got until the 31st of December of this year to be able to do that. And again, if you want to see any of these sites and participate, go to my social media pages. They're on there someplace. We'll try to repeat them as much as we possibly can in the course of the next few days and weeks to make certain that everybody is aware of this and find out more about what is going on. And your opportunity to participate in science, it's really neat to be able to help the National Weather Service with what you as the public thinks, and to put your name on a microchip that'll be orbiting Europa and Jupiter possibly for the rest of, as long as the solar system is around. So I mean, that's really cool to be able to take a look at things like that. We'll keep our eyes on the potential for wildfire smoke out there. We'll also keep an eye on this possibility of severe weather, which again for tonight does not look all that bad. We're going to go ahead and sign off for now. Got plenty more to talk about. It's just past 10 o'clock Eastern on June 14th, Wednesday. Chip Chapman will have your forecast bright and early 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. And of course, I'll be back with everything on air and online. Check out the forecast whenever you want to at wdef.com/weather. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Peterson. Just popped up with your information. Facebook is really getting slow on these messages here. Southwest Georgia, 3-inch hail and wind gusts of 80 miles per hour. That's some pretty good severe weather from down that direction. Thank you for posting that. I'll be back tonight on News 12 at 11, and Chip will have more tomorrow morning. And of course, more information available at our website, wdef.com/weather. Thanks for joining us for Weather Overtime for Wednesday evening.